This is a quick, easy cookie recipe. I use this organic peanut butter or almond butter from Costco, and I end up using about half a jar, and then 2 tablespoons of honey that is organic. This one is locally grown. It comes in this jar from the farmer's market that I get, and you'll see it here in just a moment, and it ends up being really close to about 2 tablespoons. And I just keep it in the jar near my coffee pot because I use about half a teaspoon in my coffee. So this, you just kind of eyeball it. This is how sweet I like them to be because I'm not going for something overly sugary. I just want something that's like dessert, but not necessarily a huge dessert. And then you mix it together and you kind of decide, you can see just how little honey that is compared to peanut butter. You kind of decide like how soupy it is and how much you want these to be firm like a cookie and not firm. And if you want something more fibrous, you would add something like oat flour to it. I tend to stick with more of a keto version and add organic coconut flour to it. The brand of organic coconut flour I use is Anthony's Organic Coconut Flour. I do order them on Amazon. I don't make any money if you order this product, but you'll see here it's just 2 large spoonfuls, and I don't really measure it out. I just go for texture on this. It's kind of a measure with your heart thing. And then I mix it together again and decide if it's the right consistency. If it's not, I add a little bit more peanut butter, not more honey, because again, we're trying to keep these pretty low sugar. And then I add about a handful of chocolate chips. And the chocolate chips are, again, just a little bit of sweet, a little bit of chocolate, just to kind of cure that craving. And it makes it a pretty quick, simple dessert. This half a jar of peanut butter or almond butter, it does make 6 really large cookies. And this is the spoon that I'm using is what most people would consider a serving spoon, not like a tablespoon that you would eat a bowl of cereal with kind of thing. So it makes cookies, 6 of them, about large size like that. And I tend to make these like on the spot if we need something quick to take somewhere and it's no one else is going to have a gluten-free dessert, or if I just want to offer a dessert after something that we're having typically on Saturday nights, if I'm making also homemade pizza, as something simple but still home cooked for dessert. The peanut butter gives you good high quality fats. The coconut flour keeps it, again, keto, more keto. And just that little bit of sweet from the honey, you don't get a dessert that's overly sweet. Just so you know, 2 tablespoons of this peanut butter does have 8 grams of protein. And I am using, it says there's 25 servings per container, and I'm using about half of the jar. So these cookies are really high fat because 15 grams of fat per serving per 2 tablespoons, but they're also decent protein. They're not high protein, but they are decent protein. They're better than you would get with a normal chocolate chip cookie. And again, using just 2 tablespoons of honey to add just that little bit of sweet, and then just that 1 handful ends up being about 2/3 of a cup of chocolate chips, and gets you a pretty decent, healthier, but not healthy, chocolate chip cookie. If you don't like peanut butter, use the almond butter or cashew butter I've used as well. It does require a little bit more coconut flour though. Best of luck to you.